Welcome to our special school club meeting, school committee meeting this afternoon. See, we're in the clubs now. School committee meeting this afternoon, Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. And we're going to begin with our pledge to allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. All right, let's get this club started.
See, you learn a lot, you know.
Like the Mickey Mouse Club or something?
I guess so.
Very, very interesting
Any
conversation.
adjustments to our agenda?
There are not any adjustments.
Okay, comments from the public.
Hey,
That's me.
I am Dave Q. Public. I realize that there's, you've got your meeting here tonight, and of course, there's the meeting tomorrow with the finance committee and all that stuff. But do you have an idea? It's just a question as far as, do you have an idea on your undesignated fund balance that, estimating on what will be available as an undesignated fund balance, I guess, for this year?
To go towards.
Go
yes.
towards. Is it something that is public or at this point?
I think it can.
Yes.
I think it can.
It's in the
It's going to be on
It's gonna
the
be 4,000, isn't it?
400,000.
400,000.
Use
400,000.
We're giving
Wow, you guys.
Telling ya.
Okay.
Which is our limit, because we have to keep 5% of our budget
Yeah.
amount, so we're using the most we can use, this
Right.
400.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And I just asked because I didn't want to ask last week. I didn't know. I knew that you guys had a meeting last week and there were things to discuss and all that stuff. But I think I might have mentioned it last week. One of the things you look at throughout. When you're looking back and so forth is how important. It is, and I guess, and philosophically, how important it is with the things that I talked about last week. You saw, in the superintendent narratives, you see it. Looking back at all that stuff brings back a lot of memories. You see it over and over and over again that the management of that is crucial for kind of like the nature of the beast and doing business. Even more so, like I think, when we talked about it last week, that you have in our little unique, pre-K-8 school district. So that's why I was curious on if it was available at this point. So that was because it is such an integral part of the nature of the beast here. So that was it. That's all I had. I just wanted
Every
to know.
year, I think the school committee has been pretty generous with giving back to the town. I mean, last year, we gave back the same amount the town did,
Right.
and they had a much bigger balance than we did, but, yeah.
And sometimes you got to be careful again to not be too generous with it. And I think you guys have been.
Yeah.
I'm not, have been, but because of those things like we see this year, and who knows, like you say, you can't predict this stuff. The only thing predictable about it has been that you look through time that it happens. It happens frequently. So
In COVID, we gave back a lot.
relatively frequently.
Like seven.
That's why the law changed, and that's why, yeah.
750,000 we gave back to the town.
Correct, that's just
during
about
COVID.
right, yeah. Because the wheels on the buses didn't turn for 3 months, nothing really happened other than salaries and benefits. There was a windfall back in the carry forward for that particular year, which gave our balance higher in unassigned fund balance. However, 465,000 of some of that was spent on capital upgrades in the building last year. They voted to move it over the town, so that's some of it. And the other one, Paul is right, there was the laws changed for emergency laws during COVID to you got to bring down your fund balance unassigned to 5% of your budget. So the most we can give is the 400,000, and I don't even know if we could even mention that last week, 'cause I don't know that we knew that.
No.
Now that
I don't
we're
think
in
we
a
did.
right now that you've made decisions and we've talked about everything, that was an integral part of it. Is let's maximize the most we can to bring that down. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things, as probably people have been around here a while remember, is some of the biggest debates, have in the past. I mean, for decades has been the wrestling, so to speak, over the undesignated fund balance, because, you know, obviously the superintendents and the school committees have always been explaining, look, you know, we need it because of, you know, and explaining of what I talked about last week and all that, and of course the selectmen and some, you know, taxpayers would say the opposite thing. We want it,
Yeah.
you know, to offset, and striking that sweet spot of that balance has always caused, I mean, a lot of debate. There's been a lot of, you know, healthy debate about that stuff. So, but for some of the same reasons we talked about last week. So
Now, did I hear that even at this town meeting, the town meeting in the school, sometime later on, the selectmen are gonna present another ballot, a referendum question on things that they wanna add to the
Correct.
budget in the town?
that is how I understand it exactly. You know, when I was looking at their, you know, their kind of agenda, I mean, it's on their agenda, you know, that they put out that, yeah, so that they're going to present this budget, but we're letting you know that we're going to be coming back basically like last year for the other items whenever, I can't remember when the heck it was it June-ish?
June.
June-ish. And that is, I saw the document, I don't know if it was the final document, but I saw the document that said that.
Okay.
So,
So it's not like, so in a way, I mean, again, when you're looking at it, it's, you know, it's hard to judge, you know, there's gonna be a budget
Yeah.
for X number of dollars, but there's more to it that we're not gonna
Right.
learn and, well, we'll
That-
know, but may
Right.
not know all the answers till June.
That's
You've
right.
been around this town a lot longer than I have. Dave, is that normal? Have we ever seen that before?
That is not common.
I
That-
haven't seen it in 9 years, but does it happen, I guess?
It happens sometimes. You know, it is. I can't recall ever seeing it done that way.
Okay.
I've seen it done where out of necessity.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
suppose we had we had some major issues, you know, like the ice storm of '98
sure,
and so
sure.
forth, and they had to go back because of some sort of emergency situation like that,
I mean,
or
yeah.
you know something
Yeah.
strange happened.
Yeah.
It was never out of premeditated. It was out of necessity. That if that did happen.
They probably didn't want to bring it forth at the town meeting
Well,
to
one
begin
thing
with.
that's-
So if you have another one, a referendum budget, so
Yeah.
people are gonna show up
One
and
thing
probably
that's
vote
on,
yes.
one thing that's on that referendum thing is an item we've always voted on at town meeting, and that is keeping the sheriff.
We did
Right.
last time.
Right.
That's always been, you know, up for conversation in the regular town meeting, and that's
Right.
that's on the other
On-
one,
on-
so,
on the
you
other
know,
one.
I know the selectmen, you know, they're coming in with a budget below last year that's gonna be at town meeting,
For now.
but
Yeah.
these other things, if and when they're voted in, are gonna really boost
Yeah.
the percentage up a lot.
It's not truthful.
Yeah, I mean, if they choose, this is new, definitely, that it's out of, you know, that they're doing it as a premeditated thing. And again, I think some people are gonna look at it like that, it's like, this isn't the real, here we are, we're all here, this isn't the real budget.
The final.
You know, you're touting, and especially, you know, near and dear to my heart, as you might know, the school, that some might try to tout, oh, look, you know, we're towing the line, but the school, you know, isn't towing the line as much, you know, kind of pitting, and that's not necessarily, you know, it's gotta be out there, and it's gotta be transparent, as we all know,
But
that's,
it also is gonna be a referendum vote, right? They're not gonna
Right.
have a special
right,
town meeting,
which is,
which is pretty good,
yeah,
because the chances of it going down are very good.
yeah, it's interesting, we're kind of in some uncharted
Yeah.
territory, as John asked, you know, it's.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
my
you.
opinion.
Okay.
If there's nobody else at the door, as I don't know if there is, but the door's shut, but the door is open technically.
the door's
Is there
open.
anybody there? No? Oh, I gotta write this down. I gotta get an emotion.
Nobody there.
Thank you. I had a secretary today, I
Nobody
forgot that.
No.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll move on to new business, and I'll look for a motion to go into executive session.
I move that we go into executive session per 1 MRSA, section 405, 6A, personnel matters at 3:10.
Second.
Second by
Amanda,
Amanda.
yeah, okay.
All in favor?
5 hours, what'd I say?
5-0, yeah.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you.
for coming, Virginia.